Yeah, for me, definitely a little frustrating. I think I let myself get a little in my head and frustrated instead of like letting it go, next play mentality. But I mean, like I've said before, having teammates like I do, and obviously coaches, but it definitely means more coming from your teammates when they're on you, yelling at you to, shoot the ball, like, what are you doing? Get out of your head, like, let it go, next one's going in. So, I mean, I'm in a super special place, but to have teammates that hold you accountable and are also supporting you is definitely what allowed me to make some shots in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Coach kept you in and showed that trust in you, right? And then it looked like was he like drawing up plays for you to like get shots, like especially down the stretches?
He did, yeah. He drew that elevator one up for me, and honestly, I was a little surprised. I was like, oh man, I don't even know.
Was that the one you scored your first?
Yeah, I think that was the first one, and I even hesitated a little, and I'm like, why am I hesitating? But yeah, I mean, that does just to show how much he trusts me. I mean, even defensively, not my best game, so for him to keep me in the game meant a lot, and I feel like it hasn't really sunk in yet, but later when we have our post-game recap, we're talking about it, and just all the emotions of this game are going to sink in. I'm going to just realize just how much everything meant, all the little things.
But you worked so much throughout, especially I know everything is done over the last year to just continue to work on that mental side of the game. So was that something you felt like came through in the fourth quarter to make sure you're able to still be able to make an impact?
For sure, and honestly, I'm kind of glad. Now that this game is over, we won. I'm kind of glad that I had it, and now I don't going into Tampa. I know exactly what not to do. I know the blueprint that I don't want to continue. So I think that having this was important, getting through it was important, and like I said, leaving this in Spokane and bring a different mindset to Tampa.
So watching what Sarah did, especially early, and then Paige, what she did late, I mean, what was your perspective on just how they, were able to help you guys in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, they're incredible, and Sarah, both of them, seeing them do what they do, it's no surprise. You kind of expect some type of amazing performance from them, but still seeing them do it, not something that, it still is. I don't know. I'm still in awe every time I see it, and especially knowing that Sarah's a freshman. This is her first time in these moments, her first time being here, and she handles it just so well. She's so poised, so mature, and I don't know. I think it's so incredible. I think it's so inspiring. I definitely look up to her from that aspect. You would never tell when she's frustrated. Never tell, even when she has 20 rebounds and 30 points. You don't even know. You can't see it on her face. So I think she's someone that we can always count on and is reliable, and that's so important. Having a couple guys like that on your team that you can rely on every single night.
Do you have any words for what Paige is doing right now, back to back 30-point games?
That's unreal. She's something else. I don't know.
to miss 9 in a row and not hesitate on number 10, is that a skill in itself that every great shooter has to have? Just never pass up an open shot no matter how the previous ones have gone?
Yeah, I did pass up a lot of them, but okay. Yes. That's kind of the mentality you have to have is next one's going in. You got to forget about the last ones because Caitlin's always what does she say? Law of averages, something? And she's you've missed this many, that means that the next 20 are going in. And so just have that mindset, even if you're just a little bit delusional, as long as you believe it, that's really all that matters. So believe in yourself, believe in that, I know I'm a great shooter, and having Caroline, Caitlin, Paige, literally all of them are you're the best shooter in this gym, let it go, the next one's going in. And so just having that constant support, just that constant voice in your ear definitely helps as well.
But you did find yourself passing some up that you ordinarily wouldn't?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's a tough mental battle to have during a game, I would think, right?
It is, especially a big one. But like I said, now that this game is over and I can look back at it, I'm glad I had it tonight because now I know what exactly not to do as soon as we get to Tampa, what to fix, how to fix it. So we're going to do that.
So just you kept shooting and that's what got you out of it? There was no magic potion in there?
No. What is the juice called in Space Jam? Yeah, none of that. But just supportive teammates and having that, constructive criticism, them yelling at me, being supportive at the same time. I think that just helps me get through, and I think that kind of goes for all of us, just being able to lean on your teammates.
How do you yell at someone, and how do you get yelled at but also get supported at the same time?
It's a mix of just taking the message, you know what they're saying, but them being come on, get in your face, it's a combo of the both.
It's a 5-point game going into the fourth quarter. What's the conversation on the bench like during that? period, and how'd you turn it around?
Yeah, I think just there were little things on defense that we knew what we needed to do. We just weren't doing it. And so there were little things, little adjustments that we needed to make. And we made that. And the same thing, we knew we were getting good looks, we were getting good shots. We just had to continue that and keep them off the board, stop fouling. That was a big issue. And so I think we cleaned that up a little bit, and that's what we did. But it was kind of like the other day. It wasn't like we weren't panicking. It was, we trusted, we knew it, we were staying calm. Like, we knew as soon as you get panicky, you get rushed, that's when things kind of hit the fan. So we were staying calm, continuing to play our basketball, not letting them rush us yeah.
Could you talk about the resilience of this group, just staying strong and sticking to the game plan, staying calm through it all?
Yeah. This weekend we've done a tremendous job, I think. We're tested. Basketball's a game of runs, and not going with the ups and downs of the game. We stayed level. We trusted each other. We knew what we were doing was good. We knew we were gonna, it's a matter of time. We trust ourselves, but we trust each other so much that I think that's the biggest thing. Is we know, my shot's not falling. Sarah, Paige, Ash, Caitlin, all of them, KK are doing so well. The bigs are holding it down, and so I think just also having that conversation on the bench in the huddle, being stay calm, we're good, we got this, just emphasizing that is super helpful as well.
And on that note, Caitlin, she had those huge baskets at the end. Also, other ones throughout the game too. But what did you see from her, especially not having ever played in this deep of the tournament?
She keeps saying first and last Final Four. Every single game, she's first and last, a high five. But I think it just goes to show just her IQ of the game and how she's so smart. You can tell that she's been playing for a long time and she knows exactly what to do, and she knows who she's playing with. So she knows, not only does she know all of our tendencies, what we like to do, but also she knows other team. Those back doors were perfect, and I mean that was nothing's better than back door. That's so great. But just to see her play also with the sense of what's the word? Yeah, she was level, never being here before. I think that really just goes to show her maturity, her IQ, and even though she's never been here, she acts like it.
Aubrey came in off the bench and started for the first four guys, which was a huge part. What impresses you most of her athleticism, even now in year 6 of her?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
What impresses you about her athleticism and just her energy to come off and spark, even though she's in year 6 and coming off of ACL?
Yeah, coming back from an injury is difficult in itself, but then also to not play the whole game, it's so fast for you to get stiff, get sore. So for her to come in like that and not even hesitate, just start banging down there, getting rebounds, boxing out, doing what she does. That just shows her her toughness, and it's really not easy to do. So, but that's just what Aubrey brings. She brings energy, that life on defense, that aggressiveness. So, I'm really glad that she played tonight. I'm really glad that she played the way she did because she's so valuable to this team.
What has she just meant to you? I mean, this is her last March Madness run. What has she meant to you and just your journey here?
Yeah, I mean, Aubrey's a goofball. I don't even know how to describe her. She's so it's just Aubrey. But I can't believe she's actually finally leaving. That's going to be weird to be here without her. I feel that's a core of mine. It's been weird having Nika and Aaliyah gone. They were a core since I've been here. And so now to have Paige and Aubrey leaving, that's just going to... It's definitely going to feel really different here, not having her laugh and her giggle around in the locker room and in the huddle. But I'm super proud of her. And I think that's another one that, we're playing and we're obviously we want to win, but we want to do it for our seniors.
How do you feel this team has gotten better at responding to adversity throughout the season? You think back to even the Tennessee game, you guys, crumbled in that moment, but you were talking about the resilience throughout the last 2 games and not feeling panicked. How did that grow, you feel during the season?
I think experiencing those games. I mean, obviously, when we lost, it felt like the world ended for a few days, felt like the worst thing ever. But I think experiencing that, definitely those practices after, we really went through it and we bonded together, came together, and I think that those losses really kind of formed us in a sense. And I also think like having that experience of like, yeah, sometimes you win those games and like you kind of forget the toughness that went into it. So definitely losing it, those games stuck with us, and we know not to do what we did in those games again. But also, I think that in those games we let, like defensively, just let the runs go too long. So working on cutting those runs short on other teams. Obviously, it's a game of runs; they're going to go on runs, but making sure that it doesn't go too long without us scoring and getting stops. But I also think that having that experience has given us the ability to be, resilient and calm in those moments instead of getting rushed up and panicked.
You guys, it feels like whenever you need like offense or whenever you need a spark, it's always starting with your defense. Is that where you guys feel like you are in March right now?
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. I think that our defense really does spark a lot, and I think starting with the starting five, but then also the people that come off the bench, like I feel like all of us are so defense oriented, and that just that energy, just that one, like when KK comes in and when Ash comes in, she got that steal at the end, or I don't even know what you call that out of bounds play, but that was just so incredible. But that definitely brings the energy and the life to offense, and I think also getting those stops like brings our transition game, makes everything easier, and you just get in a flow. Like there's less thinking, more playing, like less plays, just ball screen and go, see what happens.
Sometimes you guys make it look so easy. We sit there and just go, oh, they're back again. But we know that's not the case. Can you just put it into terms what it does really mean to you guys to be saying, hey, we're one of the last 14 standing?
I mean, sometimes when I watch Paige and Sarah, that's what I'm like, wow, it's so easy for them. Like, look at that. It's just beautiful. But yeah, it's definitely not easy to get here. And this team, we've been through a lot together in these past 4 years and even just this year. And so I feel like it hasn't really sunk in yet. I'm still kind of have some adrenaline, but later tonight when we get back to the hotel, have dinner, recap, like we know this, it means a lot, but when we get to like really sit and talk about it, it's gonna hit. I'm excited.
If I'm making connections where there aren't any, please tell me. But I mean, you've been so open about your mental journey, and I just feel like that shined through tonight. Do you feel like you tapped into some of the things that you've been working on up here for that fourth quarter?
Yes, I definitely think I did, and I think the work I've been putting in, like, yeah, there's setbacks, and you saw that in the first 3 quarters when I'm hesitating, like not confident. But I also think a huge part of that is my teammates, just having supportive and teammates that are on me, like getting on me, but also supportive, telling me like I need to shoot, and also yelling at me. So having the combo of that, just knowing that I can lean on them, and I think that, I mean, it's so special. This team is incredible.
How good did it feel to know that you have your own mental strength, though, to lean on now? Like, you can trust yourself in that moment.
Pretty amazing. No, yeah, pretty amazing. And I told someone else earlier that obviously now that the game's over and I can look back, we won. It's okay that whatever happened, I'm leaving that here. We're not going to let that happen in Tampa. But having gone through this and seen myself come out at the other end of it, like, had a good fourth quarter, like, I'm going to replicate that. I know what not to do. This was a good game. I think just seeing myself get through it was really helpful, and I think I'm in a good place.
I know we talked earlier about, like, you being back in the tournament for the first time in a few years, but, like, you had your own, I know you guys aren't finished yet, but you had your own goals of getting back to the Final Four. So just of your specific journey, like, how proud of you or of yourself and of your team of getting back here as you guys continue to make the steps towards, what your ultimate goal is?
I'm super proud of this team and of myself, but really of this team. I mean, everyone has had their own individual battles, so to see us be able to put all of that aside and come together the way we have, lean on each other, support each other, and I mean, it's not easy. I feel like sometimes you might make it look easy, but it's not easy to get to the Final Four. It's not easy to win these games, and I don't know, this team is special.
Can you brag about Sarah?